Hi, welcome to Growing Home Acres. My name is Sarah. So it is, what is the date today? October 15th? I believe it's the 15th. 14th, 15th, something like that. And I am out in the garden planting garlic. As you can see, we've got basil up. We still have a bunch of tomato plants in there. I don't know if you can tell with all the green. But we had a row of tomatillos, this first row here, that had, hold on, car. We had a row of tomatillos that pretty much had all died. There were two struggling tomato plants at the end of it. So I just pulled it and I'm prepping it. So in the bed, this is a 36-foot bed, about 30 inches, 30 inches across. So I'm getting 3 rows of garlic. You can kind of see, if I can here, that is one row where you see the different colorings in the compost. There is another row. My rows are not straight. I'm trying the best I can. We don't have any fancy equipment. But I am placing my garlic roughly, it was supposed to be 11 inches in between each row. I don't know if that's what I'm hitting now. Yeah. I'm about 10 inches between each row, 6 inches between each garlic in that row. I do not know exactly how much I have yet. I will let you know once I plant it all how many garlic I get in here. But what we did was my husband was nice enough to take 6 wheelbarrows of horse manure and place that on top. This is no longer hot horse manure. It has been sitting since the spring, and 6 wheelbarrows was just enough to give me good new coverage on the row. And then I am placing all the garlic in it. You're supposed to place it, I believe it's 4 to 6 weeks before the ground freezes, or your first hard frost. I think the horse just made a noise. I think we're getting very close to a first frost. It's supposed to get down to like 33, 34, 35 degrees in the next night or two. There's some debate between all of us if we should leave our tomato plants up or if we should pull all the tomatoes off of them and let them ripen off the vine. We do technically have 2 more weeks of our farmer's market left. I'm hoping that we still have some produce to bring the next 2 weeks, but it is getting harder and harder. But so anyways, little side thing there. So anyways, I'm planting my garlic. I'm doing it 2 inches down. I have huge cloves. This garlic we actually bought from a local organic or all natural farm. They had pulled it late, so my mom couldn't, so we couldn't sell it or do anything with it at our farm stand or at our other farmer's market. One of our farmer's markets we do supplement with, they allow it. The other local farmer's market that we do that's very close to our home, you can only sell what you grow. So that market, we only sell the produce I grow. The other one, my mom supplements whatever we don't have enough of. But I do have huge garlic cloves. I have huge garlic cloves. And so we are planting these in the ground. I believe the majority of them are music from the look of them. They weren't sure what they were because they plant multiple varieties. I believe the majority of them are music because they do kind of look like that, the paper and everything. Some of them don't have the purplish skin that you would expect with music, so I'm not sure what that variety is. But we paid 65 cents a bulb, and garlic is so expensive to buy from a company for seed for you to plant in the garden. So this was like a blessing for us. So that is what I am doing in the garden. Let me finish this and I will let you know how many cloves I got into this bed. So I just finished planting my garlic. There's the bed right there. Hopefully you can see me. It is getting dark. I got 164 cloves in my 30-inch, 36-foot, roughly maybe 38 feet bed. I don't know if that math adds up to 11 inches between each row and 6 inches between each clove. I just kind of eyeballed it and kind of put my middle row in between my other row, if that makes sense. So my two outer rows evened up or matched up, but my center row was kind of in between the 4 that would have been planted on the outer row, and then I stuck one in the middle row. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but hopefully they all come up. We did sell, I would guess, a rough estimate at the market between 300 and 400 bulbs of garlic this year in our markets. That's about what I planted last year. So I'm only at 164 this year. We need to plant enough to sell at the market and for us to harvest and have enough through when we harvest it in June all the way through the following, winter and next summer when it comes back up again. So we'll see if I can get it done. I don't have another 164 cloves left to do a second bed. I might, if we used all of our garlic that we'd keep for the winter. So I might have to try and purchase some if everyone's not out and get a quick shipment on it and get those in the next couple weeks. But we will see, and I will keep you posted. So, but also when I plant them, you leave the skins on. I went more than 2 inches deep because this was a freshly laid top compost on it. I expect it to settle a bit, and I did not want those garlic cloves popping up once it settled. So I did plant it probably closer to 3 inches down instead of 1 to 2 inches down in hopes that that would be far enough for it settling. I'm also going to hopefully get 2 to 3 inches of straw covering it to protect it for the winter also, but I am going out of town in 2 days. I'm not sure I'm going to have time to get back out here to do that before I leave, but I am going to try to. So that is my first row of garlic planted. Hopefully we'll get a second one in. So I'm in the garden. This is row 2 of the garlic. It's actually from the part of the video you just watched. It's actually about 2 months, and I'm planting my second row of garlic. Here, let me actually turn. So this row right here, this row right here is the garlic I planted. I believe it was October 14th, right before we had to go up into Illinois. My garlic is actually growing quite well. I'll show you that a little closer in a little bit. But then this row right here, my husband and I just planted yesterday. I believe we got about another somewhere between 140 and 160 cloves in it. I have a stake in the ground, or a stick, which you probably can't see, the pile of dirt shaded. So I did plant a little bit of elephant garlic that I was given as well. Hopefully that will come up well. I did not have luck planting elephant garlic in the fall that I got from a seed company. So hopefully this from a friend that they've been using it for a couple years. Hopefully this will do well. But let me show you the garlic. So we have had some freezing days, but as you can see, my garlic is going strong in this row that I planted 2 months ago. I believe garlic needs somewhere between 6 to 8 weeks in order for it to, 6 to 8 weeks planted before the ground freezes. We usually don't get our ground freezing until January in 6B where we're located. 7A we're kind of in now. So this row I planted yesterday, no problem putting it in. Got my garlic down the 4 or so inches that I needed. Put a nice layer of compost on top. and then put straw all over it. This bed that I showed you that has my garlic coming up in it with the green, I did not get straw on it until today. So I was very careful about laying straw, pulling the leaves up over the straw just to kind of protect them. And now what I'm going to do is, because I have in my wagon, I put my straw bale in there and then just pull from there. What I'm going to do is put a very light, I mean, it's going to be a thick layer, but I'm not going to compact it down or anything to try and protect the top of the greens of the garlic even more. We're supposed to get rain today, so the rain will help push the straw down a little bit. And hopefully that will help protect the garlic through the winter. And I'm interested to see how well the 2 rows go, because my first row I planted October 14th, and I believe it's December 7th today. And I planted my second row. So that'll be a nice thing for me to see next year, because this is now, we just finished our 3rd year of growing in this growing zone, and it was only our 2nd full complete year here. So I'm interested in seeing how the garlic does planting October and December. But thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.